Hello everyone, I'm the Viking General and welcome to the 20th episode of this Legendary Data Let's Play campaign. This might, for those of you who didn't view the last episode, I basically loaded into a battle and, well, it was getting pretty late, or not late, but the episode was running a bit long, so I decided to just end it there and have a little break myself and then continue afterwards. So that's why we're staring at the weather condition screen right now. To give a little bit of context, we are attacking a relatively small Takeda force, but they are very experienced and they consist of a number of samurai units, and we do not have a very... we have a large army, but not a very experienced army, and most of them are Ashigaru units. So it'll be interesting to see, and we are also the attacker, which means that terrain will be important. Now, right off the bat, it's obvious this hill is going to be important. Let's see if the AI might try and find this, but I don't think they are able to, because then I'll have to march all the way around here. But they might just deploy over here and stay here and give the hill to us. But it might also try to rush the hill, which would be in our should be to our benefit, basically. So let's have the Ashigaru up front. The biggest problem we're having right now is that these guys aren't very experienced, so the morale is pretty low. Let's see, it's only around 7 and 8, which is very low. As you can see, these guys have 14. Basically double the morale. So we have to keep in mind that we want to try and keep our formation as close to each other as possible, because if a few units get separated, that those will just almost instantly rout. So that will be difficult to deal with. But for now, let's start the battle and rush this hill. Another positive about this terrain is, of course, the trees, which gives plenty of cover from the archers. Luckily, we managed to get on. I think we'll be able to get to the top we'll be able to get to the top first, and we need to be wary of potential flanking shenanigans from the enemy. So that's, if possible, if you can fire on the samurai here, that will be very useful. Time to form the wall, even though we'll take lots of casualties from the archer fire. Ooh. Just realized I probably shouldn't. Oh, we used Banzai already. Yeah, this is a big problem. I mean, charging cavalry with no Dutch samurai feels pretty stupid. But I completely forget to have some reserve. And deal with the cavalry. We're kind of seeing the effects of low morale, as well as they're actually routing already. Oof, they shattered. That's pretty bad. It's bad. Well, that's the battle. That's a loss. Well, you can. Alright, hopefully the battle ends soon, so we don't lose too many units. And battle. Well, I think that's the first, well, big loss of the end of the campaign. First, we lost some sieges earlier, but I went way too wide with the formation here. And now they might actually be able to take North Shinano back. I'm happy I decided to move down towards Hida. And we might actually just use this small trick here to make sure they do not recruit any new units over here. So we're going to exempt it from taxation as well. Get these units in. Or not. And we're still able to move up with this army. And peacefully occupy this as well. So this province is going to revolt, I guess. Oh, well, maybe... Oh no, we did have it earlier. Or so the resistance to the invader isn't as high as normal. So we might actually just keep on to this province. It's not worth that much, but it has a very nice recruitment possibilities, basically. No, we don't need the monk just yet. Did we even do some damage to them? They are a little bit damaged. Let's make sure our units... Why aren't they replenishing? It doesn't have a general. Oh, I completely forgot about that. Right. Well, that sucks a bit. Anyway. I think if we wipe out this forest, then we will be able to secure the mountains. Let's fight it manually, because now we do have the defensive... maybe we get lucky with a good defensible terrain, basically. At least we get forests, which is nice. And I think we have a hill towards the southeast. We could even try and corner camp. Although that will mean, not that we're able to rally our troops anyway. So they decide to attack while it's raining, so no fire arrows. That's fine with me. Oh, that was... It's a bit hilly. Way too much. So we could deploy screens. I don't think that will really help us. I think this hill is actually just our best bet for now. Especially since we're able to basically hide everyone in there. Which means that we'll have less of the enemy shooting at us during the approach. Right, I have no idea what's happening here. Anyway, let's make just make 2 lines. Just going to try and build a box. And our archers are over here. Yeah, so we'll have a slight terrain advantage. So I do suspect we'll lose this one as well, just because of their sheer quality. Alright, they're now in range. And let's see if our archers are able to find their mark. At least one of them did.
Our general is in grave danger, my lord.
But they are charging, which is good. So their cavalry just straight into our spear wall. Very nice. These monks are going to be a problem.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord.
Actually, have a lot of trouble getting through our arch there. Honestly, I think it's best to try and flank them. I think I know what happened last time. The bow warrior monks, the bow monks, the bow warrior. The Naginata monks use war cry. Actually, just a general. Love to flank around, but I also just want this Ashigaru unit to come crashing into our ball here. Let's take care of this general, which is currently doing a lot of damage. Well, we're trying to flank with Ashigaru, might as well just try and do it this way. So these units should absolutely destroy them. Do they have? What do they have left? Some samurai, but nothing too important. A large unit of kind of samurai, so that's good to know, good to remember. So these are the archers. Of course, there is a small downside of fighting in the forest, and that's, of course, the visibility is pretty lackluster, or lackluster, pretty low. So our samurai aren't too big of a threat here. Let's have these units move up here. Might as well help out there. Just help there. We need to... So I think the battle's basically won. We just need to take out the archer units afterwards. We still need to take out their front line because we can't just immediately charge out right now. Charge out and try to get them. Oh, we still have a unit here. Okay. So that's basically all their melee troops gone. And now we can safely-ish move up on the archer units, which should. Oh, there is a very good thing about there. Sorry, there is a good thing about the units having high morale, of course, because that hopefully this one is the inexperienced one. We killed the experienced one first. Anyway, that's the battle. So it's actually I'm completely fine with that, because that should eliminate the Takeda presence in the middle of our lands, or of their lands, but they're now ours. Ooh, sorry. No units got wiped out. A nice chunk of experience for these troops. They are finally seeing some battle. We have a ninja increasing in. Oh, lots of troubles. Sabotage, lots of sabotage. See what was sabotaged. So they sabotaged but a lot. They just completely went ham on this province. Well, honestly, the devastation isn't useful, but that doesn't really impact our growth at all. And not recruiting here in anything anyway. And I'll probably won't be for a short while because we're not making that much money anyway. So South Shinano is the final province we need to capture. But the problem here is that this unit doesn't have a general at this point. So, yeah, we wiped out the very experienced archer unit. So let's attack them, and that's... I probably shouldn't have done this. Or we could get an extra general. Let's get an extra general. And have this one move here. Well, actually, we don't even need to worry about taxation, so we can might as well move them up as well. And then have this army. Let's check Hida. 11, and we have a 15, I guess, here, so we'll exempt and move to Kaga. And we'll easily take this. Peacefully occupy. Let's just leave everything as it is, because, like I said, we're going to leave this province to the rebels anyway. It's not worth trying to our dearest to hold on to this. But let's check if they... Oh, they also surrendered to neighboring provinces, so let's get rid of this anyway. So I think they sabotaged this fort. I'm going to take a look at the resistance, because this province is actually worth quite a bit. 376, which, considering our financial situation, is more than welcome. Gambling hall, we can ignore that for now. Let's see, let's get this guy in here as well. And as you can see, the artifacts even stack actually. It's diminishing returns, to be honest, but for now that's fine. We used to be only able to make 950 out of it. Now we're making 1500 out of it already. I'm not sure why this number doesn't update, but we can see it in here. 2200 next turn. So we're slowly making a profit again. This province is, I think, also exempted from taxation. Yes. We have a single repression here. Can do this. Right, and then because this will go down by 1 next turn, should be able to get basically all the troops moving towards the front line anyway. And let's get everyone together. And have this. Well, might as well keep the peace. We don't need you to be over here. We actually need more eyes there. Let's see if they have a force anywhere over here. So they do. Let's see if this is a decent force. Actually, pretty dangerous. Their melee isn't too big of a deal, but the archers are very dangerous, and we do have some dark cavalry. But no Dutch samurai will beat their katana samurai, no problem. But the problem is they will get shot to bits. Samurai. Now Yar cavalry shoot. It's Takeda cavalry, so it might be a bit of a interesting situation here. We could try to force a defensive siege battle. That will be that will work out pretty decently, I guess. Right. So this will give us +4 and I think +5. We have a repression of 15 going here, which isn't a lot. We could recruit a monk and try to keep the peace as well. Well, he's probably gonna get assassinated anyway, but might as well try it. We lost the Matsuke and Izu. Can we recruit one? Oh yeah, I remember. We're in the process of recruiting Yara cavalry, but I don't think that's really necessary anymore. Especially since we're not able to... we can't even afford the... can't even afford it. To repair it. We have a Matsuke over here, which is we're able to shift around. Wait. Oh, I think he got a bonus to overseeing. Oh yeah, he's a level 2 already. So he's very good at this job. And we can see it increases it by 25% actually. So it's not even by 5% per rank, but even more. I'll have to look into it to be sure. Might make a 2-minute guide on the Matsuke anyway. So that brings our income back to 2800 for the next turn, which is fine. And we should be able to almost start building these land consolidation buildings. We'll have to look around to see what soil is fertile, because that will bring in the most money. This is fertile, but I'll only increase it by 200. So that will increase our income by 40. But also increases, of course, our food surplus, which increases our income by pretty much 20% of all the number of provinces we hold. We hold 23 at this point. Honestly, again, I think it would be better to hold a little bit more at this stage of the game. But then again, we did have a slow start, especially because these provinces are so big. It takes so long to get the ball rolling, so to speak. Alright, attempts, and only one person got executed. lots of attempts, but it's fine. So this ninja here got executed, but he did his job in seeing the force that was here. But the problem is we don't know if force is here as well. So we are having to, this is what I meant with having a realm divide. Is that all the agents are just converging on your position and doing everything they can to make your life miserable. I'm also saving up some cash to try and have something of a deterrence against a potential Chosukabe landing, because that might happen. Should not be surprised by that. So it's 7. Oh, the monk didn't get executed. Very nice. 7%. Worth it. So it's not up to 9. We can't even leave the province yet. Yeah, that's a bit of a downer. Without it revolting, basically. And we really don't want to have it revolt. Well, lead the... yeah, just lead the way. Okay, that's pretty painful. Was a mistake that should not have needed to happen. And they're recruiting as well. So let's put these forces together and hopefully we'll be able to see this force off. Luckily, while they are all samurai, the big, well, the luck we're having here is basically they're very inexperienced and they don't have any upgrades whatsoever. Although this army is so beaten up. It will be a very difficult fight, that's for sure. Especially since they have so much cavalry. But we have a lot of Ashigura units, so we might actually just form a circle and protect from all sides and prevent them from flanking. I don't think they'll agree to peace. No.
Speak carefully, for my sword is ready to take your head.
Didn't expect this to happen. Didn't think you could actually try and get some peace going. Let's see here. So we're not really able to move from the Mikawa province just yet, which I find a bit annoying. Let's see here. Oh, we still have, of course. I was wondering, I thought we had one more army with at least a little bit more bite to it. And 0, very nice. So at least whatever happens here, even 2 turns, we'll be able to bear down on them with our at least a little bit better army. And I know they had a large force as well down here around here, so they might have reinforced Eshishin. But I'm confident we are able to beat their stack. And they have not reinforced it here. We'll be able to just easily take it, peacefully occupy. We definitely do not want Ikowiki as our vassal, because they'll try to convert everything towards the Ikowiki faith. So let's repair it. And they build... It's not bad stuff per se, but I don't really need it. And they went with paper mills as well. So I think I'll just get rid of the Bajuchi Master Dojo. I think the only thing we'll be able to recruit is then the bow cavalry. Or I just want to build a gambling hall here to stabilize public order faster, basically. Non-clan religion. Yeah. Sadly, wiping out Takeda won't be very easy, because they have these provinces, so we'll have to take out Kyoto before we probably have to take out Kyoto before we're able to take out the. Then again, we'll probably be able to move around it because they don't really move away from their province anyway. But the most scary part about having to take out their province, basically trying to take out Takeda, of course, is the Shimazu armies that will finally start coming in. Because I'm expecting the Hojo forces to be here any second anyway. Not anyway, but also expect them to be here pretty soon. That one ninja over there is fine, but really I want to have a ninja that's able to look around here. The agent got released. Did level up, but that's not really cricket going to help us, to be honest, because it takes so long for him to get anywhere. Might actually just disband him and recruit a new one. There we go. It's weird that that doesn't give you a pop-up window with when this like when disbanding units. Trade gains. Oh, lucky. Very nice. Alright, let's end it. Pretty concerned about this situation here. But if we take South Shinano, the Takeda, we won't have to deal with Takeda around here anymore. So unfortunately they actually made the attack. Or maybe luckily, because sieging it would have probably been even worse. And luckily we now actually have a general on the battlefield. Multiple generals on the battlefield actually. And they'll be able to provide their morale bonus in a circle around them, which should make sure our units hold on a lot longer. I do hope that our reinforcements also actually come from our behind, because if they do not, that would be very interesting to see how we'll have to deal with that. Because we don't have a nice hill we're basically deploying on. This might also be very nice. Yeah. Extremely steep slopes. This is protected. They can't move up here. And we have to compare it with this option. The problem with this is it's in the open. I know they don't have a lot of archers, but I think it's better to just try to stay in the forest, even though our own visibility will be worse. But since we have such a large army, we'll be able to actually make use of our army instead of trying to defend this tiny spot here. Again, we could move a pretty big circle around it. But then again, it's further away from a reinforcement, so it might be a problem actually holding or reinforcing that position as well. So we're just going to use the terrain over here. If we only had this army, definitely would have taken this spot here. But since we have two armies, we need the room basically to make use of our armies. Alright. So I want these guys actually to be more in a reserve position. And now reinforcing units to be in our... basically to hold the front line, to spread the damage more. So we get our cavalry just slightly behind the hilltop. Just so it's a tiny bit harder to actually shoot at them. There we go. Sadly, these units aren't very experienced, but that's what battles are for. Let's try and see. Yeah, that's a very good position. We also have some extra archers. Should be able to just try to deploy around here. And have these archers deploy here. And now we can start building our box. Oh, that's a bit too much actually. Just these three are fine. And then these three on the right side. And then we have two around here. Might actually not want to go that wide. No, we don't want to go this wide. Alright, trying to... Well, we can still use two ranks, but make them a little bit deeper, basically. And have these units move like so. These units like here. Because this is our hill and we want to keep it our we want to keep this our hill, or keep our hill. I'm rambling and stumbling over words, so I'm just gonna stop now. So we have a single unit or Ashigara unit left. Them move up like so. And definitely a general close to them, because these guys are really going to suffer the brunt of the attack.
Our hidden units have been discovered, my lord.
Now, what's this unit? Right, you can move up here. Just... So the cavalry charged in, but if they're stationary, we should be able to try and do some cycle charges of our own. Might as well try to do something useful with them. Very nice. They are wavering and broken. There we go. Shattered. A single. That's the first unit. Move them back. No, that's fine. They're holding. I think it's time to get these guys in as well, because they won't hold. They'll lose against the kind of samurai there, sure. So let's, and this why high terrain is also so good, because of the charge speed of the enemies, basically 0. So I am hearing the firebomb throwers. Not really too big of a concern. Oh, they are wavering. Oh, it's a general. Very nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very great danger indeed. And this is the point where we can start to try and reinforce our front line. So my experience with the firebomb throwers is generally that they also deal a lot of damage to their own armies. So I'm not really too concerned about them bombing us. I think it's time to... I do think they have no cavalry left, so we might as well use our light cavalry. Very nice. Might be a little bit inefficient use of our Banzai ability, but at least they'll get some kills in with the extra speed. Yeah, we're definitely going to continue with this because most of their archers are still at large. But yeah, that we had very good terrain there. These guys definitely carried it. But Yari wall formation on such... It's pretty steep slope, actually. It has the benefit, first, of fighting from high ground. And secondly, because it completely reduces the enemy charge bonus. Because that's dependent on how flat the terrain is. As well. So if you charge up a hill, the unit slows down quite a lot. No, he's probably going to get away though. But they have to charge up. If they charge up a hill, they'll move slower. And if they move slower, the impact of the charge is lower and they actually do less damage. And also get more time for our units to shoot them, of course. But not really sure how well they did on kills. 4 and 22, 18, 8, 0, 7. I didn't manage them very well, though. Still, they didn't do quite a lot. They didn't do a whole lot. Yeah, I think that's enough. And of course, just making a circle so they weren't able to flank us. Just prevented the cavalry from flanking, basically, and then they kind of become that weight. They lost almost everything. Very nice. We actually wiped out the army. So maybe we could try and do a cheeky peace deal with them. Bribe attempt, sabotage. Alright. The most important was the unrest. Okay, that's in Kaga, that's fine. Let's besiege. And continue the siege. Move these guys in as well. Support and auto resolve this. And we are then going to occupy this peacefully. Sadly, this is a... Oof, didn't even bother building terrace farming here. Oh, the stonework is very nice. I was a little bit confused on why this was so cheap with this because of the stoneworks. And actually, this might not even be a bad place to start recruiting from. Then again, melee attack is pretty lackluster on the Dacia units. Rather have the armor. But since our recruitment process is kind of getting overrun by sabotage. Oh, there we go. There's the church. God. Oh my. I'm completely, how do you say it, regretting not building a navy, or not keeping a navy in here or something. 3 ships. Be very nice. Anyway, let's start the recruitment. At least we have one turn to before they land. We have at least some time. So let's get our ninja here as well. Because with a bit of luck, we might actually be able to sabotage the army. Don't think we will be able to do it. But, you know, we never know. We got this going as well. And let's repair this. I don't think this will actually make it that we'll be able to use this for the recruitment. Then we should probably start repairing it anyway. So that's fine. Really thinking about the meme with the dog in the fire, of course. Like this is fine. Face. All the buildings are on fire. So how loyal is it? It's super loyal. Might as well make use of it. And let's send this this army back down to deal with the invasion. So we want to keep Gaga there. Now let's see if we can actually get a piece. I don't think we will.
You are here like an honest man at the front gate. Better that, I suppose, than an assassin over the wall.
Well, I don't think we'll be able to. I mean, we did destroy a lot of armies, so I'm not really too concerned at this point. The main concern is our financial situation being a tad problematic. So we can't really do everything we want to at this point. So let's see how we can try and get the armies combined. Definitely the light cavalry. And let's give them one more arch unit and the rest. Shigaro, yeah. So that's 5 Boshigaro, lots of Yari Ashigaru, and a little bit of bite in the Dutchy Samurai. And some light cavalry, which is always good. And we'll be able to reinforce this army with these guys. So, and let's move on. They're gonna hate us, but we are able to garrison with this army for the time being. So we're still stuck at 10 here. We are actually able to move because if we exempt it from taxation, it's at, it will be -1 and then it still ticks down. Very nice. So let's move on to Hojo. Wait, we have a agent that can spy for us. So we actually have this Takeda man. I think it's, well, not really. Yeah, it's a daimyo himself. I don't think this is a full stack yet. Or is it? I think it is. Not being able to see what this army really holds is not making it very enticing to go on the offensive here. So let's keep the attacks and see what happens. So we detected a lot of ninjas. Luckily, that's not really of a concern here. -5. Then again, Echizen we might let it revolt. But on the other hand, having a choke point like this is very, very useful. Although this is probably one of our stronger armies, so let's use it offensively. Anyway, this is the last turn because the episode has been going on for quite some time now. I will end the turn and then deal with any events that require immediate attention, and then we'll end it after that. Yeah, they'll be completely replenished as soon as this army lands. So let's see, here's where I'm going to take care of our monk, and he succeeds. No, he survived. Interesting. Probably spoke too soon. Oh, if we are having a defensive siege battle, that's fine with me. But like I said, we're going to deal with that next time. As I can see... Oh, we saw this army before. I remembered now. Lots of archers and a very meager front line. But in a defensive siege situation, enemy archers without having any cavalry is going to be a little bit of a... Well, not being a problem, but it's going to be quite difficult. Anyway, that will be for the next time. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, that kind of stuff, and also ring the notification bell, or ring the bell, click the bell, whatever it is that you should be doing to get notifications, basically. And thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I'll see you next time.